And today I want to talk a little bit about setting off the grenade, the end of the punch, right? And how to get power. And I've gotten a lot of questions about, you know, are you supposed to be tense at the very end, then relax? Okay. So I want to kind of clarify what that part of the punch. Okay. So whenever you're doing any movement, you should never rely on the contraction of the arm. Okay. What you want to do is rely on the stretch of the arm. Okay, or the stretch of your limbs, your stretch of your body, right? The stretch of your ligaments and your joints. Okay. So a good way to explain this is also in Aikido. They call this the immovable arm, right? But what this really does is it teaches you how to relax and stretch the muscle. Okay, all right. So if I do this wrong, if I go like this and I make the fist and I tense, okay, my bicep, I squeeze it just a little bit, okay, and John is going to put all his body weight. Okay, when I do this, and I'm going to try to hold him from, I'm going to try to stop him from bending my arm, okay? But what I'm doing is I'm contracting the bicep. I'm contracting the muscle, right? It's a little bit tense, okay? So from here, all right, go. Okay? I can't do it. I can hold it maybe for a little bit, right? But the problem is that John's using his entire body weight, right? He's pulling down with his entire body, okay? I'm using my bicep. Right? And the contraction of the muscle, right? But how your muscles work is when it contracts, okay? It can only contract for so long, okay? And then it has to relax to contract again, right? Then it has to relax, contract again. But every time I relax, after the contraction, okay? John's whole body weight, he wins. He bends my arm, right? Okay, so you should never rely on the contraction of your muscle, of any muscle, when you're doing your Wing Chun training. Okay? So, well then you go, well, how do you do that? How do you develop the power then? Okay, the power comes from the stretch of the ligaments, okay? And when your arm is extended, the stretch comes from the bottom side of your arm. Okay? All the way from the pinky, all the way down to the end of your tricep. Okay? So now, if I go like this, but I relax, okay, and I stretch the muscle, okay, now, see, my bicep is very relaxed, but the bottom side, it's stretched like a rubber band, like I'm pulling the rubber band, right? This is the stretch, okay? A muscle will only stretch if it's relaxed. You can't tighten and stretch. It doesn't work. Your muscle won't stretch. Okay? And if anything, you'll pull something. Right? So you have to completely relax to stretch. Right? So now if I stay relaxed and I just stretch, but the bicep, forearm, the muscles completely relaxed. Okay? But I'm stretched out the bottom part. Now John goes to try to bend my arm. Right? It becomes really difficult for him, and I can hold this for a long time now. Right? Why? Because I'm relaxed. My muscle is not contracting, so it never has to relax to contract again. It's already stretched out, okay? But it's relaxed, and now I'm forcing John to have to bend this entire stretch of the arm, right? And fight that stretch, okay? But I'm completely relaxed. That's the key, right? So how does that translate to your training? Well, that's exactly the same thing. Like when you're doing a punch, right? And you punch, okay? Where does the stretch come in? The stretch comes in at the very end of your punch. As it's coming out, you're starting to, remember first you touch the body, right? You touch whatever you're going to hit, right? Touch. Okay? You smell the wrist, you drop. Okay? Right? Once you touch, then I stretch. I don't contract. I stretch the bottom part, okay, and I squeeze like I'm squeezing an egg, which is very relaxed, right? At the same time I stretch, okay? And that's what causes that power to come out my hand, okay? You understand? So as long as I do that, he gets the shock. But if at any time I'm squeezing at the end of the punch, I squeeze, see, I get my own energy back into my body, right? Because of that contraction of the muscle, right? So when you're doing this punch, you have to think of it as a stretch, okay? I also get a question of why is the hand not straight up and down like this, and why is it turned like this? Why do you turn it in like this, right? And then drop your wrist in like that. Why do you do that? That's all because the stretch. You want the maximum stretch to get the power out your body and through your hand. So why not like this? You can try this on your own too. If the fist is vertical like this, and you try to stretch the bottom side, and you try to keep your hand vertical, it's really hard to get a stretch. It's really hard, right? See, you can't get it. It's very difficult, right? But if you take your hand and you turn it inwards and bring your wrist in, this is what I call, remember, smelling your wrist, right? Right? So in this position, now when I stretch, I can get the full stretch of this arm now, okay? Or the palm. It's the same angle, right? Okay? So now I can get the full stretch of this arm without having to be tense. Okay? So practice. You can get a partner, right? And just try that. Try the immobile arm, right? Here, okay? Even I squeeze a little bit right here. See the muscle? Right? Right here. See? A little bit tense. Right? A little bit tense. And I try to hold it. It goes. Pull. I can't do it. Okay? But if I just stay relaxed and I stretch the muscle, right? This part. Now the muscle, see? Completely relaxed. Okay? Now he tries to pull me and break my stretcher, but he has to fight this entire stretch. And it's very easy for me to hold that position for a long time, right? Because it's just a stretch for me, right? Okay? So try that with a partner and see if you can learn this immovable arm position, okay? And that way you start to understand that concept, and then you can apply it to all your movements, your futsal, your tansal, all your hand movements when you're training with a partner, okay? So don't rely on the contraction, okay? Right? Rely on the extension or the stretch of the arm, and try to get the full stretch of the arm, right? By having the best possible angle to get the full stretch, right? And not just straight up and down where you can only get a small stretch, right? Okay? So thank you very much, and John and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.